In this video, we are going to learn how to create a purchase order from our pending RFQ, that's request for quotation. We have generated two reports. One is by supplier wise, another is by item wise. First, we'll be looking up at our supplier wise. So which consists of your vendor address and so the following details, which holds up your item and so the request for your quotation quantity and so unit cost which have been given by both the suppliers over here. And when you are moving on to your item wise report, and so this item wise report consists of your quotation price comparison. So here you will be able to compare those two suppliers amounts which holds up the quantity and against your unit cost of it. So in order to create a purchase order from your pending RFQ, let's move on to our login page. Here you will be logging in as a purchase user. Now click on login. Move on to your purchase and a transaction. Navigate to your purchase order. A purchase order in ERP is a formal document generated within the ERP system that authorizes a purchase transaction between a buyer and a supplier, and it ensures a control, traceability and accuracy in the procurement process. So there's a page of our purchase order creation where you can filter it by giving us a search, a header wise or through a line wise. And when you click on this icon consists of your creation at direct. So this is the icon which holds up the pending in order of creating. So now we will be clicking on this yellow icon where the pending documents falls at. Now click on your pending RFQ, that's pending request for quotation. So elect the document and click on create PO, and so the document will get viewed up here. So which holds up your location ID, unit, and so a purchase order date, sub-voucher type, and so your purchase order prefix which may vary according to the type we given, and so a purchase order number which will get generated automatically, and then you have your supplier ID and so supplier name which have been placed up, and so the currency. So here then the exchange rate. So exchange rate is the value of one currency in terms of another currency. In ERP, it's used to convert a foreign currency transactions like sales, purchase or payments into the company's base or local currency for accounting and reporting. Then you have a exchange rate basis. So it refers to the agreed method or standard used to determine the exchange rate between two currencies in a transaction. And it holds up your spot rate and forward cover, where spot rate is a rate at current moment of transaction. When it's a forward cover, a pre-agreed rate for future transactions, often used to hedge against your exchange rate. So we'll be placing it at our spot rate. Then you have your buyer. Then comes your payment term, which refers to the conditions under which buyer is expected to pay seller for goods or services. Comes your Incoterm, that's international commercial term or set of internationally recognized standard trade term used in international contracts for sale of goods. So these terms define the responsibilities of buyers and sellers, especially in terms of cost and logistics of your shipping good. Then you have your ship through, whether by road or by air or by sea, which can be given, and so your CPC code. So CPC code is your cost and profit center code, a unique identifier or code assigned in ERP system to represent a cost center or profit center. It's used in your purchase request, purchase order and invoices for your cost allocations. And then you consist of your purchase order value, which based upon your line amount and so the tax amount and then have a status which is of draft. So still the document is on process, it's of draft. When it's been forwarded, status will be changed to entry completed, and when being approved by the approver will be transformed to your approved status. Line refers to the individual material or services ordered And so each purchase order can have your multiple lines as well. When it's of your item charges, so additional cost associated with your specific item in a purchase or sales transactions. So these charges are added on top of base item price and can impact the total cost landed or your selling price. For example, your freight charges, packing charges, installation and so service charges. Then it consists of a general. It holds of advance or mission details and cost details, and so the charges applied at overall purchase order level distributed proportionately across all items in your purchase order. When it's of your terms and conditions, it's of legal and commercial conditions governing the purchase order and ensures a clarity between your buyer and supplier. So here we have your attributes and value, where attributes define the type of conditions, so what rule or parameter has been applied. So when it's of values, actual details that apply for that purchase order. And so this line consists of your pending RFQ, that's your pending request for quotation. So here we have your ordered quantity and unit cost. Since it's from pending, we cannot edit it. And then it consists of your HSN SAZ codes, that's harmonized system nomenclature, that's of your HSN. When it's of your SAC, it's of service accounting code, that's been used for services. And then you have your tax calculations. So here it's of tax percentage, the percentage of tax applicable on the item based on HSN and SAC. When it's of your IGST, that's integrated GST, it's been applicable on interstate sales, that's between two states. When it's of your CGST, that's central GST, applicable on intrastate sales collected by your central government. Then comes your SGST, that's state GST, applicable on your intrastate sales collected by your state government. Then you have your UTGST, that's Union Territory GST, applicable on intrastate sales in Union Territories. Then you have your cess percentage, and so the cess rate amount followed up. Then you have your required date. So the required date is a date by which the customer requests delivery of your goods or services. When it's of your promised date, the date by which the seller commits to deliver the goods or services. And you have a sale order project reference. Then comes your CPC code, that cost and profit code. Whereas a cost and profit center, it's a unique identifier code assigned in ERP system to represent a cost center or profit center. Then you have your GL account, that's general ledger account. And so the follow, and then you have your purchase order and GRN details. So when you view this icon, and so it holds up your last purchase order, last goods and receipt notes, and so your pending purchase request and pending purchase order. Then you have your sale order project allocations. When you click on this detail icon, all line details of your purchase order will be getting displayed off of that item details, PR details, and so the tolerance. And then you have your discount details and GST at your line details 1. At line details 2, you have your supplier waived or service, and so your unregistered RCM details, RFQ. So all such details can be viewed up when you click on this detail icon. When you do not want this line to proceed, you can just click on this red icon. So this is for cancelling or deleting a particular line. When you want to attach a folder, you can click on this attachment, click on this icon so that you can attach it. When you click on this location details, address will get displayed off from whether from ship from or bill from, bill to, on ship to can be viewed up here. So after giving all such details, click on post, and so the document will be getting forwarded to Kaushik, who will be acting as our supervisor here for document reviewing. Now click on OK, and so the document has been forwarded now. Now I will be logging in as our supervisor Kaushik. Click on login. And so this is a login page of our warehouse supervisor. Now click on this bell icon, go to approvals. At approval, you have a document to have a review of it. In order to take up the action, click on this detail icon. After clicking on the detail icon, the document will be getting viewed up here. So let's have a review of the document. It's been from our request for quotation. So after having a review, click on approve. So the document will now get forwarded for approval to our manager, Vimal. Now click on OK. Now let's log in as our purchase manager. Now click on login. So there's a login page of our warehouse manager. Go to your approvals of that bell icon. Go to approvals. When you click on the detail icon, a document will be getting viewed up here. So after having a review of it, we'll be clicking on approve. So in order to approve the document, click on OK. So the document has been approved. Let's go and check the status at our user login. Click on login. And so let's search for the document by giving our purchase order number. Click on search. And so when you view this document, the status has now become of approved. From draft and entry completed, now the status has become approved. And when you click on this workflow log, it's a chronological record of actions taken on your purchase order and captures who did what, when, and what the status became, and ensures the transparency, accountability, and compliance. So how the document flows from where and to whom it's been through. So those history has been consist of your workflow. So if you want to generate a report, click on this print icon. And so this is how you generate a report for your purchase order. So which holds up your supplier details, and so which holds up your ship from, bill from addresses, and then your item, and so quantity which we have given, and so the unit cost which has been given from your request for quotation will be getting calculated as per your HSN details also included up. And it consists of your prepared by, checked by, and approved by person as well here. So this is how you will be generating a report of your purchase order. And finally, this is how you will be creating a purchase order from our pending request for quotation. Thank you for watching.